Hey everyone, Tony Ivanov here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a few stocks that had amazing runs today. Of course, it would happen today, the day where, unfortunately, my internet just decides to not work in the morning. I don't know what was going on with it, but I had no internet for almost the entire market open, and all I could do was just watch on my smartphone, just PED, DFGB, RKD all having these amazing moves. PED went up like almost 500% from the low 30 cents up to now $3.50. DFBG did the same type of move. So we're going to break down those plays, how you could have caught them and how you could have traded them. But like I said, today I made no trades, so don't expect me to be showing any profits because I have none to show. But just because I didn't make any trades does not mean that I cannot teach about these plays. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this little video lesson. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button for future videos. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and leave any questions down below in the comments section. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, everyone. So today is June 27th, 2018. And wow, what a day to have my internet not work, right? So here's PED, just a quick breakdown. This opened up at 39 cents and hit a high of, in after hours, $3.50. That's a complete supernova. And we have not seen one of these plays before in a while. And this caused kind of like a chain reaction in the overall market. You can see DFBG up 500%. Oh, I was wrong. PED was up 973%. So just look at this. Look at this chart. PED up 973, DFBG up 520, DRIOW 150, but that's low volume. YUMA up 135. There's so many high volume runners, and it just kind of sucks that I wasn't able to capitalize on it. And what's even worse is that I wasn't able to do my live stream today for my Trade Buddy subscribers, which, you know, kind of sucks. If you are one of those people who are part of the chat room, I'm very sorry I was not in the live stream or chat room. I was doing everything I could to try and get my internet to work, but just for some reason I eventually had to call up my service provider and have a technician come out and just reset some lines and some routers and stuff, and now it seems like it's working just fine. Hopefully it'll be working tomorrow as well. But anyways, we're going to break down PED and DFGB, see why they ran, and see how you could have traded them. So PED, as far as equity feed goes, there is no news. But I did find news in my Trade Buddy Facebook group that someone posted. So let me just bring that up right now. Looks like they restructured their balance sheet, which, you know, isn't really the best news, but let me just bring it up real fast. I think I can find the news on StockTwits. If you're not on StockTwits, make sure that you make an account here. It's a very good website. It's kind of like Twitter, but it's all about stocks. You can follow me there as well. My name is Tony Ivanov. But looks like PED has lots of bullish people, which you know, that kind of always happens on these type of plays. So here's an 8K on June 26th. They borrowed. Oh, okay. So on June 25th, they entered into a debt repayment agreement. So essentially, they restructured their debt and they make their balance sheet look a bit better. But looks like on today they sold some notes, so that might be bad news for tomorrow. But anyways, that's the news that really shot this up. Looking at the daily chart, you can see this company was basically looks like the first day it's been traded was today, and this one opened up down in the low 39s. Now this did not pop up on my scanner until, let me see, where's the first time it popped up. It wasn't until it was over $1, because this one scanner in particular does not locate stocks until they're, I I believe over $1. Let's see, 7 a.m. No, okay, here's the first time. Yeah, right when it broke $1. But this was being talked about in my chat room, and I'm sure in many chat rooms across the internet. And there's just some very obvious patterns that you could have played. Now, one of them is the one that's one of my favorite patterns, the one that I made, the gradual descending wedge. The gradual descending wedge worked perfectly on this chart. Also, we have the same type of action that we saw in ABIL yesterday, where you buy the break of the morning high. So this little morning pop happened in pre-market 3 minutes before market open. You can still count that as the morning high. So the first area to buy would just be the breakout over that high, and that would have been a very nice win. You could have netted almost like 60% in 8 minutes. The second area was, like I said, the gradual descending wedge, where you just have this slow gradual pullback, but it holds your indicators. And here in this case, it was holding the 20 EMA, but it still held VWAP. It still held the Miller Bollinger Band pretty nicely. But you can see this is just a very nice wedge breakout. And the way that you know that this is a breakout is by, you know, as the stock is pulling back and consolidating, you can see the volume dropping, as noted down here. And you can see the stochastics also dropping. So those are all good signs for consolidation. And you can see it's holding support pretty well when you consider that this this breakout was down here in a low 40-cent range. This one was consolidating up over the $0.50 mark. So that's very, very bullish, very strong support overall. You get the pullback, and then you just draw this trend line that you draw that goes along the candles. And once the price breaks this line on volume, as noted by down here, you can see the reversal of volume as it starts to ramp up. That's your buy signal. Or if you want to be very safe, you could just wait until it breaks over the high of day, which would make this a U-shaped breakout. Even then, this one ran from the $0.50 mark just around up to 80 cents. So once again, another easy win in 6 minutes. And then you just get the same type of pattern there as well, where you make new highs, you pull back, hold support. You can see this made higher lows. The previous support at this point was at the 70-cent mark. Let's draw that there. You can see it made higher lows, and then you can see the pop in volume, squeeze it through the high of day, breaks out, and then now it was just a halt type play where there was so much trading going on, everyone chasing this with the fear of missing out, and this just got halted. I believe it was 20 times total. So all in this area where there's halts, it's really impossible to play. Here in this point, it's all gambling. You can try playing it, you may win, but also you can get caught in a massive crack like this one, where it hit a high of 169 and pulled back down to 118 in 3 minutes with a halt in between. So very, very, very dangerous price action. But then after that, you can see the volume died down drastically. So let's now switch over to the 5-minute chart. That's usually what I do. In midday, you always have to switch over to a longer time frame because there's less volume overall. It just cleans up the price action, makes it a bit easier to read. And now, boom, you see the same exact pattern here, gradual descending wedge. So we just draw our same trend line. You connect the points on the top of the candles, and you draw the same line on the volume just to help you recognize when that volume breaks and goes higher. You can see on this candle there was 358,000 shares traded, so that's an obvious reversal in trend, and that's an obvious breakout. So you buy that breakout down near the $1.50 range. Also, what you can use is, you see that we're making higher lows overall, so this is a very nice clear wedge. You buy the break on volume, squeezes up over $1 per share here. Nice breakout. And then, you know, at that point, it's just kind of a short squeeze. So you can see we popped up, we pulled back, overall held this level of support. Yeah, it did break it quite a few times, but that's kind of what you have to expect with these extreme supernovas. I mean, this stock is up 973% on the day. It's not going to trade very cleanly, and it's going to be very volatile. So the main points that I would have played it are, of course, all the areas that I described. I wouldn't want to play it here using a dip buy because, you know, it did break support, and you would have had been stopped out. Once it's broke $2, it dropped to $1.80, so that's almost like 15% loss there. You do not want to hold through that. So always cut your losses quickly. You can see at end of day, it did look pretty weak. Lots of top candles made it look very, very weak, but overall, making higher lows. That's the key thing. The main thing you want to look for is higher lows, because when you have higher lows, you have shorts who are going to be getting nervous, who don't want to be caught in an even bigger squeeze than this already is. And once they see higher lows, they get nervous. So of course, when the market closes, you get the same type of wedge pattern, and then it just squeezes on up on, once again, increased volume. Now in after hours, the volume is a lot lighter, but it's all relative. So if we zoom in here, you can see the volume during this consolidation was very light. Once it broke out, volume increased, and that squeezed it up another $1 per share. So this was a very, very awesome stock. Not sure if it's going to keep running tomorrow, but of course, I will have it on one of my main watches for continuation. But keep in mind, this is a very overextended run for this play, and I can guarantee that once the momentum dies on PED, it's going to fall straight back down. So if you're a short, you may want to have some shares reserved for PED, because this will fall soon. But that does not mean that you have to be very aggressive and short the front side of the move. Wait until the clear momentum change and then strike. Now for DFBG, this one had some good news as well. Looks like they acquired a pretty big company that was valued at 1.38 billion. So DFBG was a big gapper in pre-market. DFBG, sorry, I typed that wrong. DFBG was a big gapper in pre-market, and then it just kind of really heavily sold off. So this is kind of the same thing we've talked about before, where if you have a big squeeze in pre-market, you can count that as the morning spike. Very rarely do you have a big move in pre-market and then right away a big move at market open. There has to be some pulling back. There has to be some there has to be a period of consolidation, and you can see here very clearly this made a double bottom slash higher low. So all we gotta do is just draw our horizontal trend line to establish that, and then you can see we did make a higher low as well right here. There's overall the dip is higher than the last. That shows strength, and then that causes buyers to jump in. So if you want to look for plays like this where you catch the bottom of the big old U shape, look for the first higher low. That's usually your best bet. It's also very good to use a 5-minute time frame and use your stochastics, because then you know exactly where the big dips are. Because if you're using the 1-minute chart, in this case, there's a lot of noise that you would have you know, had been tricked on. Like you would have likely bought this higher low, which, you know, even this one ran up $1 per share, so hopefully you take a profit after that. But for the overall move, you can see the two big dips were this dip and then this dip. And if you use the 5-minute chart, the stochastics shows pretty clearly that those are the two main spots of oversold price action. As far as DFBG goes, this could have some it could have a good run tomorrow. It had a pretty nice run end of day. Overall high of day was at 696, so look for the breakout of $7 to squeeze the shorts. Overall price action, this has next resistance, let's see, let me draw it in yellow, at 843, then like 1176, and then $17, which, you know, I would be surprised if it hit $17, but of course anything can happen. We saw a bunch of stocks back in February and March hit $60 from this single digit. So of course, anything is possible. Some of the stocks I want to talk about that had some nice, decent runs. Of course, CLDC, that was continuation from yesterday. This one had a very big run up to over $7.50 and then had a pretty drastic sell-off. So here, clear change of the momentum, and I expect this to have a red day tomorrow. YUMA also had a pretty good day. You can see very nice and easy U-shape over that $0.50 mark. So this one's squeezing like massive in after hours. Not sure if YUMA has news. It just right now it's doing just a big little gap fill there, and the bottom of the gap seems like it was 87 or 78 cents. So we'll see where this ends up tomorrow. But all in all, what an awesome day on the penny stock market. Really unfortunate that I could not capitalize on these trades and on these stocks, but you know, overall I'm still up $1,300 on the week by only trading 2 times this, or only trading around 6 hours total this week. So not going to complain. Hopefully my Wi-Fi is going to work just fine tomorrow. And you know, that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you did, like I said, leave a like, comment, and subscription. And I'll see you guys in the chat room tomorrow.